This video is for patients who are bedridden and are ready to transition up to a sitting position. A person who's bedridden may not have the strength to directly sit up from a lying down position like us. So this is how it can be done. Patient will come slightly to the edge of the bed with supervision by somebody at the side. Then the leg that's away from the edge of the bed will be gently drawn towards the patient, and the same arm will reach out to the other side. Then gently, person will turn their trunk towards the edge, and the leg that's towards the edge of the bed will reach over to the floor, followed by the other leg. Using the strength of the arm, patient will sit up and push down by the arms if necessary to come to an erect position.
Bend one side of the knee, roll it to one side, take the hands, keep it on another side, and just support the shoulder and pelvis and turn the patient to one side. Take the legs down the back, support the shoulder of the patient, lift the patient up.
Just sitting up straight like this itself is an exercise for a patient who is recovering from an illness, because it requires a lot of stability of the abdomen and the back muscles. So if a person is unable to do this exercise continuously, may do it in two different parts too. And patient may also take the support by holding the sides of the bed like this, just to give additional support. So we'll start with some arm exercises. Make sure that the patient is sitting straight as much as possible. Okay, so we'll start with shoulder abduction exercise. We will show each exercise 3 times, but the repetitions can be based on patient's tolerance. Ideally, each exercise needs to be done 2 to 3 times a day, all the exercises. The patient is not able to reach all the way above the head, it's okay. Got it. Next, we will do flexion exercises for the shoulder. So there are 3 ways to do it. So this is the first way. Palms can be facing each other. They can either touch or be parallel to each other. Again, go on reminding the patient to keep the back straight. So the next one, we're going to do it with palm facing down. So doing the exercises in 3 different ways will target different muscle groups. So the same exercise next we will do with palms facing up. You can always do one side at a time. If a patient has an upper arm injury, you can just do one of the sides. Next we will do shoulder rotation exercises. So hands will be, the elbows will be by the waist. Relax your shoulders, do not shrug them, okay? Keep the palms facing up when you do this. All right. So the next exercise will be touching the opposite shoulder with one hand. Reach out. This may seem very simple, but it's actually good for a person who's recovering from an illness. So the next exercise after this, we will try to reach out to the back. So this is a very functional move. So patient will try to touch the back. Patient may not be able to reach high up in the back, but at least can try to do. Same thing on the other side. Patients may need to scratch their back or dress and undress, so this is a very functional exercise. So the next one will be taking the arm and reaching out to the other side. We'll again do one at a time. Again, all of these exercises may not be possible for each patient. It really depends on each individual patient and their limitations given the circumstance. So the next one after this will be truncal rotation. Just clasp your hands like that and then rotate. Just make sure just that the neck is not rotated. The whole trunk is rotated. You can do 3 on each side. Again, keep reminding the patient to keep the back straight, sit straight. Then same thing on the other side. So now we will move on to exercises for the lower extremities. So we will first start with calf raises in a sitting position. Calf and heel raises both at the same time. So next we will do knee extension. So we'll do one at a time and then hold it to a count of 5 to 10. Again, patient may only be able to hold it to a count of 3, but again on the other side. So next we will do flexion at the hip joint. So lift it up and hold it to a count of 10 or 5. Patient can take the support of the hand pressing down gently. Same thing on the other side. Very good. So the next exercise will be just a walking or a stepping exercise in the sitting position. You can have the patient do this to a count of 20, count of 30. Again, it depends on the patient's endurance. Very good. So the next exercise will be moving the hip laterally, one leg at a time. Encourage the patient to lift the leg up from the bed when he does that. If unable to, then it's fine. Do the same thing on the other side. Next, we will do a rotation exercise of the hip in the sitting position. Externally, rotate the hips and bring them back.